Hello once again. This is the fourth part of this Great Tribulation series. And so we left off at Daniel chapter 11 from the last verse. And we just broke down with the abomination of desolation, the abomination that makes it desolate is going to do, where he's going to go, how everything's going to take place. So we're at the very next verse, chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. This is deep right here. Michael the archangel, Michael the great prince, shall stand up for the people of his trouble. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. That's how God's going to separate everybody. Not by race, color, creed, gender, all that, how we look at things. When you have the Spirit of God, you see things where you think God's going to separate. It doesn't matter, oh, he gonna put the Jews on one side, he gonna put the Germans on this side, and the Italians here, and the Ethiopians here, and the Egyptians here, and the Indians here. Nah, it's not how it works. It's whoever's found written in the book of life. And if you keep reading, it's gonna just repeat what we just read, right? It's gonna go into the kings. It's gonna go back into the abomination and how the Great Tribulation will be 3.5 years. The sacrifice will be taken away, the sacrifice to God, right? Because he's gonna replace your God and put his God in place. And so just know, right? In this where we at? And it's verse 11, right? And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. That is 3.5 years. Just so we're clear on that. Not 7, 3.5. Let's go to Revelation 12. Well, actually, you know what? Let's keep reading, because this is actually very interesting. It might give us greater understanding. We left off. Actually, let's get back. We left. Verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Nowadays we have transportation that we never had: planes, cars, boats. All these transportation, all these ways to get to another country. Knowledge is increased because of it. An individual is not confined to their culture if they can travel, right? So knowledge is increased. That's why this prophecy was sealed up after this from Daniel, right? He gave us what he could, and he did not receive all the information. That's for people of our time. So it was given in the New Testament by Jesus himself, and also by the Apostle John and various other people in Revelations. And so, yeah. Verse 5. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. Verse 6. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these matters? How long shall it be? 3.5 years. If you read the next verse, verse 7, and also verse 11, it'll tell you that. But we're going to go to Revelations, and we're going to start at chapter 12. And we're going to start at verse 1. Like I said, you have to really read back and forth the Revelations. And we went from chapter 6 a few episode or two ago. Now we're in chapter 12. That's how it's written. They have to write this in code, okay? And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. This is Israel. I don't mean to have, create spoilers and whatnot. I don't like spoilers, really. I like to just tell you like it is. And I prefer, when I tell you, you're able to make your own, you're able to go to do your own research and read your scriptures on your time. But I suggest quoting what it comes out of my mouth, typing it in the search bar, whatever you need to do to fact check me. But from my interpretation, as you can read in Genesis, the story of Joseph, it starts at chapter 37 in Genesis, right? The son, the woman is Israel. That's how God viewed Israel, a beautiful woman, right? The sun and the moon, that represents Joseph and Mary. And upon her head a crown of 12 stars, the 12 tribes of Israel. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. 7 heads and 10 horns, with 7 crowns on each head. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and a third part, right? And did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. So this is a peculiar dragon, right? It drew a third part of the angels. And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. Jesus the Christ, the ruler with the rod of iron, who was caught up to God, because no man has seen God and lived. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. That's 1,203 score is what I think. I want to say 90, something like that. I believe 2 score is 20. 3 score is 30. I'm sorry, yeah. Somewhere around there. Well, it's a little off because, we don't know the exact amount of days, but somewhere in between 30 and 90, somewhere. I forgot, my math's not that good. But it's about 3.5 years, so you can count that, right? Excuse me. Let's go to verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and a half a time from the face of the serpent. A time is a year, times is 2 years, and half a time is half a year. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened up her mouth, and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. So this is chronological, right? Because Israel is gone for the most part. They've been scattered. They became part of the slave trade. They've been scattered. The northern tribes were scattered among Africa, among the Hamites, and the 3 southern tribes, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, historically were scattered among the Europeans and the northern nations, basically. And so, certain pastors say they encountered Hebrew Israelites in other countries in the north, in East Asia, in Europe, and North America itself. So they've been scattered, but God in the Revelation suggests that this Israel, this woman, still exists. So it's a spiritual lineage of people. They still exist. A woman does not have wings. It's obviously figurative, right? But God in the Old Testament said, "I carried you on eagle's wings." I carried Moses and the people on eagle's wings and brought them to safety from the Egyptians. So this is what it means. The Israelites are going to be brought to safety for a times and a half of time from the face of the serpent. It's because Satan the devil worked the hardest to take down the children of Israel. He worked so hard to get rid of the children of Israel for this simple fact: the prophecy, the promises, the covenant, all that. All of it comes from the Hebrew Israelites. You can read Romans chapter 9, verses 1 through 4, right? And I prefer reading Romans chapter 10, 1 through 5, just to add to that, right? But the promises of God, the covenant, all those good things that are talked about in the scriptures were written about and also addressed by Hebrew Israelites. The promise was made to Jacob that your seed shall be many, and you should be through your seed shall all nations be blessed, which that's Jesus Christ. Jesus the Christ is a descendant of Judah, out of Jacob. So you can go into the prophecies and read that. And so out of this man Jesus Christ, right, our sins are covered, and we are also baptized under his name. So it all falls under that envelope. And he is the head of the church, right? The church was started in Israel, among the Israelites. That's the original congregation, right? Led by Moses, who was the Levite of the Israelite tribes, of the Israelite nation. So it all comes from the Israelites, right? The Lord's commandments come out of the mouth of Moses, which became the Torah, right? David spoke according to the Torah. So did King Solomon, the wisest man in the world. Right, they inspired people for generations. So King Solomon ruled this entire world by itself. Glorified God Almighty his entire lifetime. The world was at peace. Right, the richest man in his lifetime, the third richest of all time, the wisest of all time. It all comes from the Israelites. So God blessed us. So this is the nation of Israel. Not the nation, not the country, not the landmass, right? Don't put value in landmass, right? That's carnality. The congregation, the people of the children of Israel, were the chosen priests of God, and although they did fall, various places in the Old Testament, in Jeremiah, and other places like that, tell you God will call his people back. So if you don't know who the Israelites are, and you don't know what an Israelite is, I would suggest finding out, and I would suggest reading scriptures, because God forgot about a lot of people and cut a lot of family lines off from receiving the promise, right, into the next life. But a certain set of lineages were preserved, right? David's lineage was preserved. David sinned. God said, because you repented, I'm going to forgive you, and I'm not going to kill you and your sons. And so he preserved the lineage of David. Jesus, of course, came out of David. So you see where all this falls, right? This is very important because this is the God's protocol. It has nothing to do with Israelites being superior to other people. It's how God operates. The prophecy came by Hebrew Israelites. It came through Hebrew Israelites. Jesus the Christ was out of the tribe of Judah, and this man, according to the flesh, was an Israelite who covered the sins of all the people. It's meant to be like this for a reason. But Revelation 13. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the names of blasphemy. So this is the description of the beast. This is the description of the beast that was described in the last chapter. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. So this beast right here is empowered by the dragon who tried to swallow up the woman. So this tells you maybe he's going to use this beast as a deployment mechanism, right? And I saw as one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, who was like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? So this beast is an entity. It's an entity that can make war. right? It's a warlike entity, right? It's a military power. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months, speaking great things and blasphemies. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, and to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. It sounds familiar, right? There was a great mouth on the beast, speaking great things. There was a great mouth speaking on this beast, on the head of this beast, that knocked off the 3 horns before it. Right? It had these descriptions of the 4 great empires, right? The lion, the bear, described in Daniel chapter 7. The lion, the bear. I mean, it's all coming together right now. We're seeing who this beast is, and this is Revelation. This is the last book describing the end times. So this beast is still here. This beast didn't go anywhere because it's describing a future tense, right? The abomination of desolation, the 40 and 2 months of the great tribulation, that's not here yet. Verse 7, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Right? He's targeting saints. The power was given to him to make war with saints, not other nations. He was given power over other nations. But he doesn't want power over the saints. He wants to destroy the saints completely. Because in the latter times, the only people that will be able to turn things around will be the saints themselves, because they have the knowledge of peace. And not a lot of people out here nowadays can speak peace. We're always speaking destruction, always bashing each other. People getting on the radio speaking divisively about each other. Political parties fighting, country fighting. But nobody's speaking peace out here because we're all riled up and we don't have the Spirit of God in us. So the people who have the Spirit of God, they will be the ones who the dragon attacks using this beast, making war with the saints. Satan the dragon can't make war. He's a spirit. He can't. His power was taken away to manifest himself, so he cannot make war with us. So he has to use a beast. He has to use some kind of power. And we know this beast is not an animal because animals do not rule this planet. Human beings do. So this is an organization. That's what this is. This is a high-powered organization ran by people, right, who are speaking. Ran by a person who is speaking. This is all very important to note. We're going to skip to 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth, and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. So he causes them to worship the beast. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So this has got to be figurative, because how on earth does a lamb with 2 horns speak and cause fire to come down? So it's figurative. A human being is capable of sorcery, not a lamb. What was it? I think I read a lot just now. I just got lost. Okay. Verse 14. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. He had power to do in the sight of the beast. So he's going to be standing around, dwelling with this military power, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So whatever the image is, we don't know. All we know is this is some kind of military power. And he's going to be doing it in the sight of them to earn their influence. And he's going to say to the citizens, to the people, in the glorious land, right? He's gonna start his invasion there. In the glorious land, he's going to say, make an image, worshiping the beast. Why is he saying this? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you do not worship the God he creates and he establishes, you're going to die. 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. What's the number of his name? We don't really have the name, but we have the number. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So yeah, I was right the first time. The 1,203 score days. So it's 60 because I put 2 and 2 together right here. 603 score and 6 is 666. It's 666. That's the number of man. So mankind has a number. Just like we attribute the number 7 to God, we attribute the number 1 to Christ, we attribute the number 4, or triple 4, I should say, to angels. And these numbers have representations. The number 6 represents imperfection, death, sin, and mankind sins by himself. Animals don't sin, God doesn't sin. Only mankind sins, so we receive the number 666. And the number of the beast is 666. We don't know what the name is. I mean, this is all describing Revelation chapter 6, those seals, right? He conquers someone. That's the first seal. Please forgive me if my memory is messed up, because I have terrible memory. But the first seal was conquering. What was the other one? The second beast. The second seal opened. The second beast. Yeah, they should kill one another. So, the military power. Satan can't kill anybody. He has to influence a person to do so with evil thoughts and evil philosophies, right? Like, some people say Hitler was possessed. I guess. He still made his own decisions, though. He still had to send his army out, right? He was a horn. He was a spiritual powerhouse. But he couldn't do it himself. He had to deploy an army, right? So he stayed around them and used his personal religion to influence people. Right? History repeats itself. All you gotta do is look at lessons, old lessons, and you'll learn the truth. Seal 3, the black horse that had the balances in his hand. So he's saying you can't buy and sell here. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell. So you have to receive the mark of the beast. Okay? Or you cannot buy or sell. Death and hell. And if you don't, the fourth horse, in Revelation 6, death is death, and hell follow that horse, right? And the fourth beast, right? The fourth beast is the Roman Empire. And this man right here, right? Let him that understand. Where is it? I want to get to the part where he said he's gonna kill them, right? I just read that, bro. He said he's gonna kill everybody though. I got lost. He said he's gonna kill everybody though. If you don't receive the mark on your hand or your forehead, you're gonna die. That's death and hell. It's all coming together. So he's the one that's going to basically be the seal breaker, or in other words, the angels of God are gonna open up those seals and allow him to do all these things because he has to. It's a prophecy. Somebody has to stink and do it. I'm just gonna be honest. Somebody has to do it. It has to be done this way so the saints of God can know what's going on in escaping time. I mean, this is deep right here. But yeah, where was we at? That was 18. Let's go to chapter 17. Verses 1 through 12. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Why is this connected? Even though I jumped like 5 chapters, right? But why is this connected? With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. So this 7-headed beast with 10 horns is here once again. And this time a woman is sitting on it. Where's the dragon at, right? And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Once again, Revelation is written in code, so they couldn't actually say Rome. So they said Babylon the Great. Verse 6, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And like, so in the 12th chapter, he makes war with the saints. This man, this strange man, speaking against God, makes war with the saints. And she's drunken with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. Drunken with the saints, the people that can't even, the people that don't even have malicious intents towards you. Like, you just. And verse 7, the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which had the 7 heads and 10 horns. So he's going to tell us what these entities are. The beast that thou sawest was and is not. So it was here, now it's not here anymore, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is. This is deep, because there is, right? There are empires, entities, right, that exist as subjugate powers, right? Lowered powers, insignificant powers. We may not even call them dynasties or empires, but they're still here. Rome is just one of those many. And a lot of people don't believe Rome still exists. But those principles are very alive today. Right? The Roman principles are democracy, democratic republic, right? That's the South African democracy. That's the Democratic Republic of so-and-so. The United States, the Democratic Republic of the United States. The protectorates we have. Italy, they have a similar government. They have a similar government system. All the Catholic nations are going this way. Democracy, that's the predominant government system now. Those are all Roman principles. Okay, and most of them are Catholic. We're Catholic up here. So it tells you something, right? We're all connected. But why am I talking about Rome? Right? So we're about to get to that answer very, very soon. So verse 8, the beast that thou sawest and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. So right now you don't see it. Where's the Roman Empire? I don't see it. But then you read something called the Treaty of Rome. It's a piece of paper that every Italian prime minister has to sign. They have to sign their allegiance to it, like the Constitution. But we don't have to sign the Constitution. You understand what I'm saying? We can speak against the government, speak against the president, speak against the Constitution, speak against rights, go to the courts and protest against rights. I mean, we had insurrections, all that. Does Italy have all those issues? And are they loyal to their government? And does the prime minister not sign this treaty every time? Right? I mean, it's something we have to think about, right? Because we're not really understanding the Roman Empire is here. We just don't call it that no more. It shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. It means you shall see it now. The bottomless pit, you can't see nothing in that, but you know it's there. So it shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and suddenly appear in front of you. And they shall dwell on the earth. They that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. God already knew most of this world was going to get cut off. I mean, he already knew that. So he chose a specific lineage of people to continue preaching his word until he was ready to come back. So yes, most people will be cut off. Hopefully not. But most people will stand in judgment. And hopefully most people will make it. I'm just saying. There's prophecy that John could not write. So there's something we don't know. But a lot of people are not going to make it. I'm telling you. Verse 9. And here is the mind that which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. Right? And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. Verse 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th. Right? And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. Perdition is desolation, tribulation, right? So now we're putting it together. And the 10 kings which thou sawest are 10 kings, the 10 horns, right, are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Just gonna let that marinate for a second. I need to let that marinate. They're all connected, all working together. The beast is an entity. The horns are a separate entity. The 8th that is not, like the 8th. So it's basically in so many words, right? Like the 8th goeth into perdition. The 8th horn, or whatever you want to call it, is the beast itself. So it's the big horn, even though it's the horn speaking great things. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings. Yeah, this is really deep. So basically we have 7 heads. The 7 heads are 7 mountains. So 7. So basically they're old kingdoms that are pretty much gone, and we have one more we're awaiting one more head to arise. And there are kings that are going to arise and rule on top of this head. They're going to be on this head. Verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So if you are not called and chosen and faithful in your walk, right, then you are not with him. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. The seven mountains, right? That's how so now we know the 7 mountains and the waters are 2 separate things. So these waters represent the world. So this person, this strange entity that's going to go into perdition, is going to have influence or pretty much entire rulership over the entire world. I'm going to stop reading that. I just wanted to clarify some things. What was that? I have to add this to my notes too, because this is some of this is stuff I forgot as time went on, you know. But God has retained my memory. You just have to remember, if you have faith, you're going to be with God when he takes this man down. You can't give up, okay? A lot of people are going to fall by the wayside because they are going to be scared. But the trick of the mind is be ready for when this perdition occurs. Because God is testing your faith. It's not that the evil entities have power over you. They don't have power over you. God is putting them in place to test your faith. So I'm going to catch you on the next one.